This might actually be the most important matchup in the Eastern Conference, as I believe the winner of this will head to the finals. The reason for this is because the efficiency of each of these teams is off the charts because of the amazing coaching by Mike Budenholzer and Ime Udoka. The masterclass begins right in the first possessions as Milwaukee runs horns. Milwaukee is looking to get switches, and Boston is the ultimate switching team in the NBA. However, they know that they cannot switch as much as usual because of this guy named Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now the Bucks get the first switch they wanted, which was Tatum to head over to Holiday. However, they're really pushing for Al Horford to get off of Giannis, but Horford does a fantastic job at fighting over. This essentially blew up the play for Milwaukee, and it resulted in a turnover. The Boston Celtics have a trick up their sleeve as well. Right here, the coach is looking at Al Horford and he's telling him to pop on this play. We are already playing chess. Al Horford is already calling out the play on the left-hand side. He sets a really nice solid screen here where usually Horford would roll to the cup. He's actually popping out behind the line. Now we have another beautiful dribble handoff, which initiates a double team from Horford's guy. The play was executed perfectly and it results in an open three. This next play might seem super simple, but it's actually an incredible example of how everyone just fears Giannis. Look at him close this three-point out after being pinned down in the key. I love this about both teams is when they don't have a good shot, they do not force it and they swing it. They force a closeout, they drive, and then they kick again. Now the Bucks really focused on still trying to get switches, as you can see here, as Holiday gets Williams to switch onto him. This forces Horford to clamp down and help. Jaylen Brown is caught ball watching instead of rotating, and Giannis. This next play is a beautiful example of both teams executing to perfection. You have a blitz to get the ball out of Jason Tatum's hands. This is exactly why you give the ball up early. You can see Holiday just takes a few steps off and relaxes a bit. Then he's forced to help on the drive by Marcus Smart, which results in a pump fake kick out. Not the result they wanted, but a high level of execution nonetheless. This takes me into my next point of how the Bucks got Giannis going was head manning the ball. Look at the Celtics' eyes. None of them are looking at Giannis. 4 people ball watching. Giannis just runs the lane. That is an easy bucket for the Greek Freak. The execution just gets better and better as the Milwaukee Bucks are running a full court press, but the Celtics have a play designed for this. They run like high horns, a double screen behind the logo, and it's essentially the longest pick and roll in NBA history as Robert Williams is able to get to. That's not really a full sprint, but he's able to get behind the defense from this play, and Al Horford is super impressed. A lot of people probably missed this play as they were able to get Giannis a huge mismatch. Watch how Grayson Allen sets a fake screen and he slips back up to set a real screen, but it's actually a decoy screen. Giannis actually just runs into Grayson Allen's man, Jason Tatum, and forcing his defender to switch. There is no passing option there, so Holiday wisely swings the ball. They get Giannis the ball, which turns Tatum on his backside. That's the reason why big details matter, but I want to show you an example of how little things also are super important. The Bucks love to score points off of their defense, and here is where the little details matter. Going for a silly steal, as Robert Williams does, forces him to have to switch off. You can tell his teammate, hey, I got Grayson Allen. So who do they move the ball to? Grayson Allen. This is a mismatch as Grayson just has way more skill and speed. The little things really matter. Now we have to talk about Jrue Holiday's defensive presence. Look at where he chooses to meet Marcus Smart, right on the half-court line. The reason this is such a gooder play is because Marcus cannot dribble the ball backwards. He cannot retreat at all. When people panic, they go to their most dominant hand, and this is why Holiday wisely shuffles left. Now they try this the next play over, but the Celtics are more prepared. This time they move the ball and run a switch with Marcus Smart, but Holiday is just too much of a dog, and he gets the deflection, the steal, and this thing. That's called a three-pointer if you're really new here. Giannis has clearly taken it to another level, as you can see him just running the fast break, making a Steve Nash scoop pass to the wing, and telling you to check out this video on one of the greatest last-second plays you've ever seen.